Hey Disney cruisers, and welcome back to the DCL community, where we are here to help you plan, prepare for, and get excited about your Disney cruise. Welcome in tonight. We are so excited to be talking about two very special, very unique cruise lines tonight. My name's Rebecca. I am your host and admin, and we are so excited to be joined by Karen. Karen, as people are coming in, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, I'm Karen Shelton. I am the owner of My Path Unwinding Travel. I am a huge Disney Cruise Line fan. Our agency is an authorized Disney vacation planner, but I have discovered a new cruise line in the last year and we need to talk about it.
Yes. Oh, I
Send
am
the kids to bed. Put a
yes.
show on for them.
Oh, I am so excited about this one. Just so everybody who's coming in knows, I have only ever cruised with Disney. But, as you become an adult, there's more options out there. And I mean, for kids, there's more options too. But I am so excited. I feel like I have a million questions. So if you guys have questions, put those in the comments so that we can do our best to respond to those. And then if you guys want to reach out to Karen, if they're a Disney cruise, a Virgin cruise, or any cruise line is of interest, that's her information on screen. I'll put that in the comments as well. But Karen, do we want to dive into Disney versus Virgin?
We do. We really do. And I think we should lead off as people are arriving with what I think is one of the best, most amazing videos. And I'm hoping that this will play for us. So give me a second and let's see if I can get it to go. I had it all ready earlier and here it is. Okay. Ready?
Yeah, I am ready. Are you sharing? Awesome. I'll get that added
Oh,
to
let's
the
see if we go.
screen.
That's not what I wanted to do, but I think this will work anyway. Let's do it this way.
Awesome.
Okay.
Suitcase packed, but not
Hold on.
mine. Mama, Papa, was your suitcase packed, but not mine? How could you leave us kids behind? Parents are going on a cruise without us kids, and we know whose fault this is. Virgin Voyages says we can't cruise till we're 18, which makes us shake like we had caffeine. Virgin Voyages says no kids on the ocean, so we're causing a commotion. You'll be sipping cocktails under a starlit night while we're back home without an invite. Sure, you've earned a gourmet spread, but we're experiencing existential dread.
Adults, enjoy the cruise. We know you deserve it, but the fact we can't go is total bullshit.
Oh, that is awesome. That's got to be one of the best commercials I think I have ever seen.
I agree. I think it is amazing. I almost want to cry every time I see it. And in fact, I got to meet some of the kids from the commercial. They kind of did a mini presentation at one of the conferences that I was at, and they brought the kids in
Oh, so
with such
fun.
attitude. And so I really, really loved it. So, it shows so much of the personality of Virgin Voyages. And so I can't wait to talk to you more about why this is so, so amazing.
Yes. Oh, I am so excited. And like we said, everybody, if you have questions, it seems like everybody's loving this video. So if you guys have questions, put those in the comments. And yeah, I'm excited to hear more about why Virgin.
Okay, so why Virgin? So as we just saw in the video, it is adults only. 18 and over can sail on Virgin. And guess what? You can actually sail on Virgin if you're 18 without a 21-year-old with you.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
they have adjusted that. They've tweaked the rules, but now if you're 18, you can sail. And you can also, once you get out into international waters, consume adult alcoholic beverages and gamble in the casino. So
Wow.
if we're talking about Disney versus Virgin, if you are a parent that likes traveling with your young adult kids, maybe in that 18 to 20 range, as I have recently done, and you are comfortable with them living the European way,
Yeah.
there's no sneaking around. They're free to purchase and drink and enjoy, as you know, as long as they're old enough to sail. So it really makes a difference to be on a cruise with no kids. I love Disney, and I will always love Disney, and I love seeing the kids, but it is a completely different experience to be on an adult only voyage. So we're going to talk about the restaurants. We're going to talk about all the amazing inclusions. We'll talk about the wellness focus that Virgin Voyages has. We'll talk about how there's something to do for everyone. And then we'll talk about the yacht-inspired design. Don't call it a cruise ship when you get on Virgin. They call it a yacht, a voyage, not a cruise. They really are trying to distinguish them from your typical cruise line. So,
yes. I'm so excited. I feel like I need to be taking notes. And Tracy, I'm right there with you. I am struggling to step away from Disney, but everything so far sounds great. So I'm like, Karen, tell us more.
So let's talk about just quickly what. So I forgot to mention. Let's see. I've got to find my my notes here, but as we're kicking off, I wanted to talk about all of the overlap in personnel between Disney and Virgin, and most importantly, here we go. Just went back and found my notes. If any of you are Disney Cruise Line, closely follow the business type fans, then you'll know the name Thomas McAlpin. And Thomas was with Disney Cruise Line from the very start. He started as Chief Financial Officer of Disney Cruise Line in 1994, and he served as President of Disney Cruise Line from 2004 to 2009. Well, guess where he is now? He is now the CEO of Virgin Voyages.
Wow.
If you trust Disney Cruise Line and their executives to have created and curated an amazing experience, there's a reason that Virgin is so appealing, because they have brought the best of the best in. Andy Schwab was the Chief Technology Officer at Disney until 2010, and he is now the Chief Technology and Chief Information Officer at Virgin. There was a manager of hotel operations at Disney Cruise Line that's now the manager of hotel operations at Virgin. The director of entertainment worked at Walt Disney World for 17 years. The chief engineer worked at Disney Cruise Line. The training manager worked at Disney Cruise Line. The chef de cuisine worked at Disney Cruise Line for 9 to 10 years. So many of the entertainers, the artists, the dancers have all come from Disney Cruise. And, if you get on board and start talking to people, you will definitely see that there is many jumped ship, so to speak.
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh. My mind is blown right now. That is so many people and in such high positions to have an impact. Oh my God.
And if you go on LinkedIn and just look at who works for Virgin and then search the word Disney, I think I found like over 120. So,
wow. Okay. So we're in good hands.
We are in good hands, Disney cruisers. Yes. So let's talk about the ships that they have. So these ships are smaller than the typical Disney cruise. There are 4 lady ships. They're all called the lady ships: Scarlet Lady, Valiant, Resilient, and Brilliant Lady. And they are each 110,000 tons. And each only have 1,408 cabins and can hold about 2,700 sailors. Notice that they call them sailors, not guests, not passengers. When you're on board a Virgin Voyage, you are called a sailor. And when you are a travel advisor, we are called first mates.
Oh, that's
So,
cute.
so that's kind of fun. They're really great at language and puns. And you can see for 2,700 so sailors, they have 1,150 crew. So
Wow.
it is a great ratio.
Yes.
So let's hope that my dog will stop barking. I hope that's not too intrusive. Let's talk about all the inclusions. So, oh my goodness, I hid her away on Monday, and
Oh man, if anybody watching has a dog, you know there's some things you just can't control. They just see something and they just gotta bark.
that's
Maybe,
right.
yeah, or maybe your dog's
Okay.
just very passionate about Virgin Voyages.
That's right. She might be. So thank you for the patience with that. So let's talk about the inclusions on Virgin Voyages. So there are so many things that are included. First of all, your food. All of your food is included. And as you see here, there are over 20 places to eat. What's very different about a Virgin Voyage is that there is no main dining room. There is no place where everybody sits down and eats at 5:30 or 8:15. Instead, there are multiple individual restaurants, and you can make reservations for each of them and enjoy what on other cruise lines would be considered specialty dining. And we'll go through each of those, the restaurant concepts in a minute. Also, there are no buffets. There is a concept called the galley, which is sort of like a quick service food hall type place, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But there's no kind of buffets where you stand in line and go through and see all this food sitting out. Everything is fresh and really delicious. The food just stands out. Another thing that's included on Virgin Voyages is your gratuities.
Ooh.
So on other cruise lines, you can prepay them or they can be added to your onboard account. On Virgin, there is no extra charge and there is not a handout. And it is really nice when you get your drink on Virgin that nobody is handing you a slip to add a tip to and sign.
Yeah.
You never feel like there's a handout for somebody to, expecting a gratuity. They really take care of their crew. You can see it when you're on board. Their crew is well paid and feel happy. They get a lot of kind of perks that some other cruise lines don't. And they don't expect an extra tip.
Awesome.
Guess what else? Virgin believes that Wi-Fi is a basic human right, and they include unlimited Wi-Fi on the house, on them, and
Wow.
it's pretty decent. There is an upgrade option for premium Wi-Fi that you can pay for when you're on board. If you are at the higher levels that we'll talk about, the premium Wi-Fi is also included. But everybody on board gets the unlimited Wi-Fi. All the entertainment, of course, is included. Group workouts are included. So whether it's yoga or cycling or a HIIT class, all of that is included, where on other cruise lines, there's usually a fee to join those. And then what they say, basic bevies, that is your waters, your sodas, your teas, drip coffee. And in fact, in your stateroom, because they're very environmentally conscious, instead of having bottled water anywhere on the ship, they have carafes, and you can have still or sparkling, and they will refill those carafes with great filtered water throughout. So it's a really nice inclusion.
Wow. Oh, that's so nice.
So, wow, so much to go over here. So let's talk about the cabins, the different categories of what you can book when you're on Virgin. The first, we're going to start at the top. We always like to kind of start, you got to start at the top. So
Yes.
Virgin has their version of concierge or well, we're trying to compare with Disney. So Disney Cruise Line has concierge staterooms. And on Disney, you have everybody in concierge essentially has the same access to the concierge lounge, where there is happy hour from 5 to 10 p.m., where there's a concierge team to assist, where there's snacks and that sort of thing. Virgin's version of concierge is called Rockstar. And the pinnacle of that is Mega Rockstar. Now remember, this is a music themed company, Virgin Records. There's a lot of music going on. So thus the connection with rock stars. When you are in one of these amazing suites, you have so many extra perks. You get priority for booking your restaurants and your shore excursions ahead of time. You have private transfers from basically anywhere within like a certain radius of the port. So you don't have to book a hotel with Virgin. You can book your own hotel or stay at an Airbnb or a friend's house, and they will come pick you up. And we were picked up in an Escalade because we experienced Mega in December, and they will take you to the port where you will experience VIP entry and a private lounge to wait in before boarding.
Wow.
And then once you get on board and visit your suite when you're Mega Rockstar, your Mega Rockstar agent will come to your suite and meet with you and basically get to know you and ask, what do you want? And, you can there, sign up for any of the shows. You can sign up for any of the fitness classes. You can tweak your restaurant reservations, because when you're a Mega Rockstar, you can walk into a restaurant, on last minute notice and get a seat. And that's how it rolls on Virgin when you're Mega.
Wow.
So they will, our Rockstar agent, her best answer was sure. We could text her or we could pick up the phone and call her, but it was really easy to just send her a message because internet is included. And she would just say, sure. So, for example, one day we said, can you get us a pizza and bring it to us on Richard's rooftop? And she said, sure. And we had a bottle of champagne and she delivered our pizza because she found us right where we were because of our bracelets, and we were good to go.
Wow.
Mega Rockstar also has basically a bottomless bar tab. So drinks up to, I think it's $19, which covers virtually every drink. You have 2 bottles of wine or champagne every day as part of your bar tab, up to $99. And if it's a bottle that's over $99, then you get a discount on that bottle instead. And you also have a room with a fully stocked bar. So I don't know if you can see that in the picture, like on the bottom left and kind of on the right middle. That is a bar. It is fully stocked. And when we asked our Rockstar agent to change the brand of scotch, she said, sure.
Wow.
When we asked her to give us a refill of our bottle of Malibu rum, which we had enjoyed and shared with friends, she said, sure. So it is really fun to be Mega. You also get daily spa access every day to the thermal suite. So you can just walk in and they will let you into the spa to enjoy all of those areas. So there is so much. They also do some laundry for you. There's just really, really a lot of great features. And as I mentioned, the premium Wi-Fi. So these suites hold usually up to 3 sailors, I should say. There's a king size bed that does not split. And then there is a queen size kind of fold out in most of these. Some of them might not have that. The massive suite has its own hot tub. And so that is kind of like considered like the royal suite.
Got it. Wow.
So if we move down to the next level of Rockstar, this is still great suites. You can see these range, from 480 on up. So some of them are really massive, have incredible verandas, really huge balconies on the aft. Actually, on Virgin, they're called terraces, sea terraces, instead of being called a veranda or a balcony. Rock stars still have an in-room bar. It's just not refilled. They still have an agent that helps them get into the shows and can help with restaurant reservations, and also have early access to experiences and shore excursions and whatnot.
Wow.
So what both have are access to Richard's Rooftop, which is a private sun deck that has its own bar, that, because, you know, if you're mega, you have unlimited bar tab. And if
Yeah.
you're rock star, you might make a friend that's mega that will buy you a drink.
Yeah.
There's a couple of beautiful hot tubs on Richard's Rooftop. There's beautiful seating up there, and it is just it's an exclusive getaway. And they also have food that can be delivered to you there. So while you're at Richard's Rooftop, they have a menu and you can order from it and deliver food. And if you're mega rock star, your butler, rock star agent, I should say, will bring you anything from across the ship.
And how do these room sizes compare with the staterooms on Disney cruise ships?
So these are suites, so it might be fairer to go to the regular sea terrace and sea view rooms. I would say the regular rooms on Virgin might be equivalent to an ocean view cabin on Disney, maybe a little smaller than like the deluxe family with veranda, because remember, these are not designed for families of 5, or you
That's a
know.
great point.
So most of these will hold 2. There are some for 3, and then there is a category called the social insider, which can kind of, with bunk beds, hold 4 people. And that's really kind of your super budget friendly option. Get a bunch of friends together. We don't care that we're inside. We don't care that we're, you know, all together in one bathroom.
Yeah.
So, and remember, even with these, the sea terrace is the basic balcony. You can see some of these photos here. They all include Wi-Fi. They all include even Ship Eats, which we didn't talk about, which is room service delivery, which is a great menu, a really innovative design of how they deliver food to you, even at 2 a.m.
Wow.
So, and the sea terraces have the very famous hammock. You can see that picture on the bottom left.
Yeah.
That hammock is the most comfortable, beautiful thing, and it is amazing. You have to try it. I should post some pictures of me or my husband laying in it. It is fantastic. They have sold it on board, but it usually sells out. It's hard to come by because it's very, very popular.
Wow.
Some other cool features. Yeah, some other cool features of the cabins is that everything is LED lighting and you can control it all from an iPad. So when you're in bed and you're like, I just want to shut the lights out, you can do that from your iPad, and you can set the mood. So there's a setting that's like a pump it up mood, and it opens the drapes automatically. It turns the lights bright, and it's like, I'm ready for the day. And then there is kind of a nighttime vibe, which closes the drapes and it turns the lights down low with some kind of like mood lighting. And then there's a few different options in between. So it's really, really fun.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, so fun. And I knew we were going to get this question about cost. Are you going to be covering that later on? I'm curious how cost-wise these compare.
It is all I can say is, in general, it is going to be so much less than Disney Cruise Line. There are so many offers and promotions. Remember, this is a very new cruise line. It's been around, less than 2 years. It is gaining in popularity. But when you consider the value of it, not just the cost, but the value of everything that's included, you will be blown away, especially, for those who like concierge and want to compare it. It is a tremendous value.
Wow.
So let's talk about the restaurants. So again, no main dining room. Now, the drawback is We do love our Disney servers. We love getting to know them, for the length of our cruise because they follow us around. We don't have that on Virgin, but instead, we have so many amazing restaurants that are all included. There is no extra charge. Um, so the one of the funnest restaurants, it's a great one to do on your first day, is called Gunbae, and it is Korean barbecue where you eat at tables with others. So you're going to be seated at a table of 6 or 8 people. So it's a great way to meet friends on the first night. And you do start out every meal with a drinking game. So that's
Ooh.
included. There's a little shot of kind of like Korean version of sake, and the server will teach it to you and play with you, and it's just a lot of fun to kind of break the ice. And then you can order. And what I would just say here is order everything because it's unlimited. You can order what you want. There's like this seafood corn dog that's an appetizer there that is just to die for. There's so many amazing, all the different like meats and seafood and veggies that you can have with the different sauces as you see here. Really fun.
Never in a
And there's
million years did I think I would hear someone say seafood corn dog, but I'm so intrigued. I'm so
It's
intrigued.
delicious. It is delicious. Then there's extra virgin, which is the Italian, and again, super fresh, delicious, made to order Italian food, pastas, risottos, main seafood, entrees, really delicious desserts. The question is about allergies. That's a great one. At every restaurant, no, your server doesn't know you from the last restaurant, but at every restaurant, they do ask. And they know when you check in what your room number is, and they'll have those notes on you as well. So they are definitely attentive to that. The Italian restaurant is great. And then Pink Agave is their elevated Mexican. Oh my gosh, you've got to try the steak there that has this like cheese melted on it with this delicious sauce. There's chocolate tacos for dessert. The food there is incredible, and they have like a million tequilas. So fantastic option.
Sign me up.
Then for the foodies, I mean, this is really a foodie kind of cruise in a way. There's always going to be something easy and accessible. But if you're into something different, the test kitchen is the place to be. They have molecular gastronomy, so things that look a little bit different than they seem, different textures, smoked dishes, but really, really delicious. We went in December. We had my young adult kids, and we had kind of heard folks say about Test Kitchen that, you might leave hungry and have to go get a pizza afterwards. I did not find that true because we loved every single, course that was served. I think it was like 5 courses.
Oh, wow.
And my son, who has never liked mushrooms, fell in love with this mushroom mousse dish that we all were obsessed with, and we wanted to like lick the plate. So I would definitely say give it a try because you might surprise yourself. And it's also fun. There's some communal tables there, as you see in the center. There's also booths and private tables. Razzle Dazzle is vegetarian forward. So, they do have a lot of great vegetarian and vegan dishes. But then they always also have the naughty menu, they call it. So you can definitely still get naughty there and get, there's I have not tried it, but people rave about the fried chicken, and there's also a steak dish there.
Ooh.
And then there is the Wake, and these pictures really don't do the Wake justice because it is a gorgeous restaurant on the aft of the ship with floor to ceiling windows where you can see the wake of the ship behind you, and it's lit up at night. So it's just this beautiful, view of the sea with that, wave of the wake. And this is your steak and seafood restaurant. And it is amazing. Again, you can order anything you want. There's like 1 or 2 things that are an upcharge here, and that's the only place you'll find that. That's like a tomahawk steak, which you really won't see on another cruise line.
Yeah.
And a seafood tower type situation with like all the different seafoods as an appetizer. But the bone marrow appetizer, which is unique, and some people might think it's gross, but it is incredible if that's your thing. That's even included. That is, there's bunch of different steaks and sauces and side dishes, kind of, your traditional steakhouse style.
Wow.
So, and all of these on another cruise line, like, Royal Caribbean would consider Chop their steakhouse, or Giovanni's, or Palo on Disney. Those are all higher end. Now, I don't think that Virgin has anything that approximates Remy in terms of being that fine dining, but I would say that these specialty restaurants are amazing, and they're definitely fresh and different and fantastic. And you do have to make reservations, but you can they also take walk-ins based on availability. If you're mega, you just walk right in.
I was gonna ask, so one of my questions was definitely about food quality. So it sounds like food quality is on the same level, if not maybe even better in some cases than Disney. And then I know
Absolutely.
that a huge concern for people, especially now with the way that Disney's doing everything, people are so concerned about, Bippity Boppity Boutique is all gone, or Palo is all gone. Is the reservation, is it still, I guess, as competitive to get in places, or because it's a smaller
Well,
ship, is it not as much of a concern?
it's not as much. You might, because people like the Wake, for example, is very popular, and you might want a reservation. They also do, I didn't mention, they do brunch at Razzle
Mm,
Dazzle and the Wake also included. And oh my goodness, soft shell crab Benedict. How about at the Wake? How
yes.
about that? Are we speaking each other's language here?
Yeah.
The food is incredible there for brunch. Love it. So you can make those reservations, but because there's so many days, you usually find a day that you'll get in to any of the restaurants. You just have to kind of move things around, tweak it, be flexible, because again, it's not like you have a set dining time, right? So you don't have early or late. The reservations, might start at 5:30 and go until like 9:15.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you're flexible, you will find a time for everything. You're not going to be stuck eating at the galley every night. But if you wanted to eat at the galley every night, you would be super happy, because, as I said, think of it more as a food court and not a buffet, because there's individual, little individual stands. And the stands include a ramen noodle stand, a sushi stand. There is a diner that's open like 24 hours. So if you're up late partying and you want to go get bacon and eggs or a hamburger, they always have a hamburger of the day. You can see this French dip with pesto and French fries. That was delicious. They have an amazing salad station, and they make the salads to order.
Wow.
And then they have like this station that has like paninis and avocado toast and fruit. And then they have a whole pastry station. So, and you don't go and stand in line. You can sit down and a server will come to you. So it's like, think about it as like a big food court, but somebody will serve you. There's a few things that are grab and go, but they're individually packaged. So everything just feels like they designed this shit before COVID, but it was brilliant for COVID, because you're not standing in line, touching serving spoons that other people have touched,
Yeah.
packed next to each other while you're waiting. So this is a great option for throughout the day. They have breakfast options, lunch, dinner, whatever.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. And just going back to the reservations, do you have to
Mhm.
do, is that like in an app like Disney has,
There
or do
is,
you?
yep, there is an app and or a website, and Virgin will send out an email to you that says, "Hey, it's time," and then you'll get to do that.
Awesome.
So I don't have a slide, but there are a couple other food places on board that we can talk about real quick. And one is the pizza place, which is amazing. I had like a truffle and egg pizza. I mean, just delicious. There's like so many varieties, and they have a place to sit either inside or outside. It looks kind of like a pizza joint, but then they also have outside seating that's like, right on the promenade, basically. Next to the pizza place is Lick Me Till I Scream. Lick Me Till I Scream, I think is the name of it. A little
That's
bit,
so cute.
a little
Yeah.
bit of innuendo there.
Yeah.
But it's the ice cream place. And guess what? The ice cream is all included and it's not soft serve. It is like dipped ice cream and they have different flavors. They have flavor of the day. It's
Ooh.
fantastic. So, it is just really, really fun. There's also, I didn't mention, on the pool deck, there is a place that has Pokeballs. So, where else can you get a Pokeball on a cruise ship? And all of that
Hungry
is
for Virgin
included.
Sailing. This is amazing.
You
Wow.
will not. And then Ship Eats, as I mentioned earlier, is their room service option, and they deliver in a really cool like bag with these stacked things, and that is included. And if you are Mega Rockstar, you can also get Ship Eats from any of the restaurants at all times. So as long as the restaurant is open. So, people think about concierge and they need a 1-bedroom suite or higher in order to get even the main dining room delivered, and a 1-bedroom could never get Palo delivered, for example. If you are Mega, you could get any of those restaurants we talked about delivered to your suite or probably to anywhere on the ship that you want.
Wow. My mind is blown.
Now, one thing that is really fun, you might see in some commercials for Virgin Voyages, is the Shake for Champagne. On the app, there is a place that you just says, you shake it and you confirm by pushing, and then a bottle of Moet is on its way. They know where to find you. And they do charge you. It is not free, but some people get it free because they either have a lot of onboard credit, which we'll talk about, or for some promotions or some repeat cruisers, it might include a bottle of Shake for Champagne in your, in your fare.
I was going to say, how do
we have to do that.
That sounds so. I wish that worked for me now. That'd be so cool.
Right? It is magical. It is absolutely magical. Wow. So, entertainment. Disney entertainment is incredible. Let's just face it. Nobody has Disney characters on board. Nobody has the Disney shows or the Disney stories. This is different type of entertainment. It's smaller scale, but it is a really, really fun cruise. One of the things I should mention real quickly is that Disney and most other cruise lines have a cruise director and staff, like the cruise director team. Virgin does not have that. There is no cruise director on Virgin Voyages. Instead, they have what are called the Happenings team. And the Happenings team are kind of like your cruise director staff, but they each have their own kind of special area. So you might have Ryan, the foodie, who was featured on the BBC special on Virgin Voyages. So he's kind of famous in my mind. You might have Andre, the artist. You might have Gail, the foodie, or I said the foodie, Gail, the hype, who's just helping people kind of have fun and meet each other. There's somebody that it might be a magician or a tarot card reader. There's somebody on the Happenings team that may be the gamer that really helps with the social club, which is a space on board for just actually sitting down and playing games. They have like a whole area of board games for people to sit and play.
Wow.
They have painting sessions. They just have really so much going on. We're not even touching the beginning of it. But Scarlet Knight, we could not talk about Virgin Voyages without Scarlet Knight. This is like, consider it a pirate night. It is on every Virgin voyage, no matter where it's sailing to, no matter if it's a 3-night or 10-night, they're going to have Scarlet Knight. Scarlet Knight is when the ship transforms. Starting in the afternoon, you will start seeing scarlet things, and the kind of mascot of Virgin Voyages, which is this octopus, appear. And there is pop-up entertainment all night long, music, dancers, magicians, funny like happenings that just kind of spontaneously happen that I don't want to talk to you too much about. But I
Yeah.
would say on Scarlet Night is really important to be open, and just you might experience some really, really cool things. There are also secret parties on Virgin Voyages, and it's not like we can't talk about them. We can talk about them. People know they exist. Not everybody gets an invite, and the happenings team will decide who to invite, and they'll kind of come up to you and hand you an invite and tell you, to bring your friends, where and when to meet.
Ooh.
And I have gotten to go to had two secret invites over the two cruises that I was on. And one was a magic show in the crew quarters, in the crew
Ooh.
bar, I should say. So we kind of got to go behind the scenes a bit.
That's
Um,
so cool.
so it's really, really fun. But Scarlet Night has so much entertainment happening all over the ship with kind of different types of vibes, strolling entertainers, strolling dancers, so much happening. And then it culminates up on the deck, and they'll start telling everybody, come to the pool, come to the pool. And everybody comes up to the pool, and the cast put on this incredible poolside show with just dancing and stunts. And everybody's dressed in red. Bring your red when you're going on a Virgin Voyage. And you can be a people watcher or you can participate, because at the end of that show, everybody starts jumping in the pool. And it is so much fun.
Wow.
And people can, there's kind of like a pool ledge for people to dance on, and you can dance on the edge of the pool or just hang out, or you can go full on in, or you can just watch from even the upper deck or whatever. And it is just, nobody can replicate this. I'm convinced Virgin has a way of making that party fun for every single person, and it's welcoming for every kind of person, whether you're 18 or 80, whatever your body type is, whoever you're with, whatever anything. It's just whatever you're wearing, everybody
Wow.
feels comfortable in their own skin on Scarlet Night, and it is just amazing.
That's awesome.
So we'll quickly go through some of the entertainment. The Manor is a multi-use facility that has some incredible shows. You can see kind of like a Cirque du Soleil style show here. It also is a place where like they turn it into kind of like a Studio 54, Studio 50. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like a nightclub. So after Scarlet Night, everybody goes down to the Manor to keep the party going if you'd like. So it's a dance club. Some shows are held here. They have some supper club entertainment that's here as well. The entertainment with Virgin is being tweaked over time. There was an adult show called Never Sleep Alone, which I would equate to Newlywed, Not So Newlywed, except like maybe 2 notches more risque.
Got it.
That show is currently on pause. They're maybe, tweaking it, updating it, trying out some different things. Remember, this is kind of a new cruise line. Dual Reality is a really cool show based on kind of a Romeo and Juliet West Side Story in one of the other venues. Just really, really cool. Untitled dance show party thing. I mean, this show blew my mind. It started out kind of slow, watching some dancers, but in this show, the stage moves around, out, within you. The crowd has to move, then it turns into singing, and then it turns into a dance party. So
Wow.
it is just a really, really fun, unique, opportunity. You are not going to sit on Virgin and watch a Broadway show. Maybe they'll bring that up sometime, but right now that is not their scene at all. It's just really, really different. But you will sit in like a really beautiful lounge and listen to a guitarist or listen to a jazz trio. There's a lot of music on board. There's, usually a DJ at the pool. There is karaoke. And not only is there karaoke, like kind of like public karaoke where the happening staff will come, It is, I should say, it's uncensored karaoke. It is not Disney. They have a full playlist of everything, including really modern songs. It's not the same stuff that we're used to on Disney. But they also have private karaoke rooms that are included. You just sign up and you can go in for, there's rooms for like 4 people, 8 people, 12 people. And that's such a fun thing to do with your friends.
Yes.
There's also a casino we didn't talk about. So
There's so much.
there is so much, but we are at 45 minutes and we haven't even talked about where the ships go. This is a little bit of the rundown of where each of the ships go. There are 2 ships leaving out of Miami and go to for 4, 5, 6 or longer night voyages. The Miami cruises go to Bimini, where Virgin Voyages has a private beach club.
Ooh.
So it's sort of like Castaway Cay, but it's a little bit different because Bimini is public. So you take a golf cart over to the beach club area that's exclusive for Virgin. There is food there. Your bar tab works there. There is a huge pools there, so that's different. They have a pool party in the afternoon, and the beach is to die for. And I don't think I ended up putting a picture of the beach in here. We'll have to do that next time.
Yeah.
We'll reach out and I'll share them. But the beach at Bimini is that gorgeous, similar to Castaway Cay, that beautiful, clear blue water. Some really fun excursions, including like swimming with the sharks. So
that would be so cool.
And what's fun about Virgin is that they tend to, because it's a smaller ship, they tend to stay later in port. So if you're sailing in some of these European itineraries, they'll go to some unique ports that the other ships won't, because they can go to smaller areas and they may stay later or possibly even overnight in some ports.
Wow.
So for example, I believe it's Mykonos, Greece, that Virgin stays overnight in this summer. So that's to really, for folks to really enjoy the nightlife in Mykonos, because Mykonos is about like the nightlife. So the ships are actually all identical. I've been on 2 of them, the Valiant and the Scarlet, and I would not have known which ship I was on. Inside, they're absolutely identical. So the only difference is the name and where they go.
That's so interesting.
Yes, they built them, all at the basically at the same time, and then they kind of rolled them out.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Virgin Voyages offers because, first of all, Virgin always has great offers. They are, really promoting their cruise line to get people sailing on it because it's new. And so right now, for example, they have an offer which has an air credit. So like for local cruises, it just takes $500 off and gives you $300 on board credit. There's offers if you have what's called a circle, which is a group of 8 or more cabins. We talked about groups the other day. And then they have a like a placeholder like Disney has. But what's great for everybody that has not sailed Virgin before is if you reach out to us, we are able to extend that placeholder offer to you. And so what that means is you can get $300 off any cruise combined with any of the offers that exist, as long as you get a sea terrace or higher. So that's a veranda or higher, $300 off and $600 of onboard credit to use any way you want.
Wow.
So we have invested in Virgin. We believe in it that much that on the 2 cruises that I went on, I purchased a bunch of them and I am able to transfer them to our clients. Virgin encourages the first mates, as we said, those are the travel advisors, to do that. And so we can work with you all to get you on your first Virgin voyage, and then you can book your offer for your next one. It's called My Next Virgin Voyage is the name of the offer.
Wow.
So cheers. There's so much we didn't touch on. I don't know if we have any other questions.
Yeah. So
I feel like I've been talking a mile a minute and then we still didn't cover everything.
No, this is amazing. I feel so excited. When you've been cruising with one line for, for me, my whole life, my whole cruising career, the idea of trying something new is so intimidating. So I know a bunch of questions that we get from people who have maybe been on other cruise lines or are nervous about other cruise lines are, yeah, but if there's open bars or this or that, is everybody drunk the whole time, or does it smell like smoke the whole time? Can you speak to that a little bit?
Great questions. First of all, there might be one smoking area on Virgin Voyages. The casino is completely non-smoking. I did not notice, and I'm very sensitive to it, an issue with smoking. Um, I forgot to mention, there's so much to mention. There's a place called the Dock, which is aft and is this beautiful lounge with these beds you can lay on and chairs looking out on the back of the ship. And there might be a smoking section there, but I was not bothered by it if there was. And that place also is another place that serves tapas style food,
Ooh.
kind of during lunchtime, and really some of the most delicious little wraps, and oh my gosh, just amazing. So,
Okay.
and then right by the dock, there's also a grab and go fridge that has wraps and salads, and you can just grab it and put it in your fridge. And there's fruit just to grab, and there's a juice station there. So many fun things.
Yes.
In terms of alcohol, only Mega Rockstar has an unlimited alcohol package. So when you think about it, on Royal Caribbean, way more people have an unlimited alcohol package because that's very popular on Royal Caribbean than on Virgin. Virgin does not sell packages for alcohol. What they do is they do have an offer where if you pre-purchase a bar tab of $300, they'll give you a bonus 50. So that is a great thing. The bar tab can only be used for beverages, but it can be used for the specialty coffees, which are really good. And they have two different, call them Cove Cafes, two different coffee bars, one on one of the main decks inside and one in the galley, kind of like in that buffet area. So where you can get your cappuccinos, your lattes, your chai teas, pastries, all of that fun stuff. And they also, of course, can spike it up for you if you want. So your bar tab can be used for coffees, juices, and any of the adult beverages or bottles. So everybody's still paying by the drink. So I have seen, yes, it's an adult cruise. People can party, but if you don't want to be in that space, there are other spaces where are going to be quieter. So it's not like the entire cruise is taken over by that experience. It is, there's different spaces to be. So there is a running track that's high up. That's a true running track that has a place called the Perch that's also really peaceful and quiet. There's the dock that I talked about. There's spaces inside the ship where you can lounge and relax. There's the social club that has the games, that has foosball. Oh, there is an arcade and there is no cost to play.
Oh,
With all
wow.
these throwback games, like if you are Pac-Man or I'm like Galaga, go and play pinball, no charge. It is so fun. So
that's awesome. I remember the Disney arcade, but you had to pay for it on board. It was always extra. Wow.
Exactly. So this is really fun for you're an adult, but you still want to play.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some people, that are going to drink and have fun like that, but you don't have to be around that if you don't want to.
Yes, and it's that same way on a Disney cruise. I've seen people have more than their fair share and, have to deal with the repercussions of that on Disney. It's a personal choice, so it sounds like.
And I would say that the shorter cruises out of Miami are going to have more of that party vibe. So if, which is true on any cruise line. It's a different vibe when you take a 3-night versus when you take 5, 6, or 7 or longer, right? It's just different. There's nothing wrong with either one. And I think you can have a great cruise on a 3-night. It's just, there's probably going to be some more people there that are there for a weekend party. So spring break time is going to be a little bit more of that. So, we can plan that to figure out what might be, a more peaceful thing. But as I said, there's always places, and there's always that hammock on your balcony.
Yeah. And then 2 last questions for you, if you don't mind. So,
Of
I
course.
know that a lot of people, we get this question pretty frequently of, okay, I just want to go on a solo trip, but Disney always prices for two. Does Virgin have an option if you want to travel solo?
So Virgin has been doing some really great offers for solo travelers. They do, their default is single supplement, but they have some great options now where they're waiving or reducing the single supplement. So that's definitely another reason. And also, they do great things for solo travelers. They have meetups so
Ooh.
that you can, meet people right away. And honestly, my first Virgin voyage, I was traveling with myself and my 20-year-old. He wasn't even 20 yet. He was 19. And so he very, very quickly made friends. There's a pajama party on the first night, kind of a late
Oh,
night pajama
cute.
party. And he went and made great friends there, like in that college age range. And I was basically a solo traveler the rest of the cruise.
Oh, wow.
But I met so many other, I met women. I wasn't looking to meet men. Well,
Yeah.
actually not, that's not true. I mean, I did talk to some different men too, but mostly women traveling solo on Virgin. Um, and that also reminds me, because one woman was excited to get a tattoo. There is a tattoo parlor on board, and they
What?
bring in famous tattoo artists. And so that's a very popular thing.
What?
There's just so much I haven't talked about.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
it is a great option to sail solo because they help people meet each other. Like there's like solo meetups on the activity calendar. Um, I have done a class. There was a small charge for this called Snap Plate Eat, basically a champagne brunch where we kind of plated our own brunch in one of the dining rooms, one of the restaurants, and then we talked about plating, how to make things look appealing, and then how to take pictures with our phone. I did
Oh.
another class called Selfies and Sunsets, which was also kind of a photography. There are tastings. My husband did a tequila and mezcal tasting. There's a bourbon, there's beer, so there's a lot of the things that we're familiar with from Disney as well, and they're continuing to add. We actually were one of the first to experience that beer tasting, and they were experimenting with, how to make it fun and how to, interactive, and so
That's
a
awesome. And
lot
it
of
seems
great things
like
to do.
from what you're saying, well, from everything that you said, that like the service is on par. So these experiences on par, if not potentially better. I don't know, but it sounds like you're getting amazing service
It's
no matter
really
where you are on
amazing, and
board.
what's really fun is I feel like the crew get to be themselves, and part of it is that Virgin Voyages allow the crew to interact with guests in a more natural way than most other cruise lines do. So, for example, if you're not working, Virgin Voyages allow crew to eat in the guest areas
Oh,
and to work. The only thing that they can't do most of the time is pizza and ice cream because it would be too long of a line for those places. But so sometimes, but they can also accept an invitation from a guest so they can have dinner with them if they're not working. You can buy somebody a drink if they're not working,
wow.
or they can buy you a drink. I've had a crew member buy me a drink because it was kind of, I think I won a contest or something and they bought me a drink.
That's
They're
awesome.
allowed to also work out in the guest work, gym
Yeah.
facilities. So like when I got on board the first time, I saw crew like lifting weights or on the aerobic machines. And so I think they just feel, that's again, we don't need to tip them because they're just treated better. And you have this natural relationship. Like, of course, I'm going to be, kind of, really intrigued with the foodie guy or the artist guy, and maybe not so much like the fitness guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's really, really an interesting concept for how they work their experience.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so last question for you. We've compared Disney, which typically has the family feel to it, and then Virgin, which kind of has a a reputation of maybe being a little bit more risque. So when you're comparing the two, how do you help a client with so many other things, amazing food, amazing service, amazing destinations? How do you help your clients kind of compare which is going to be best for them?
I would say if they're just a family or couple traveling with everybody 18 and older, we will absolutely look at giving Virgin a try. There's so much nostalgia and fun on Disney, but sometimes we're looking for something new, and give looking at the value and all the inclusions in Virgin, and just the different vibe and that adult feeling. If somebody says the question that we started with, which cruise line is better? I'm
Yeah.
going to say the answer is it depends, because I still really want to get back on Disney. I can't wait. My last cruise was in July on the Wish, so it's been a bit. Um, I'm really excited. I love Disney. Disney feels like home. It feels like putting on that comfortable sweater, and it makes me happy. Even if I'm on it without my kids, or even when my kids are grown, I feel connected to Disney emotionally. Virgin is a different experience. I don't know that I have that emotional connection, but it feels like an all-inclusive vacation on a ship.
Oh,
And it's so with really good food. So it just feels like a fun getaway. So it's just a different experience. So I'm going to say the answer, it depends.
oh, I
Depends
love
on what you're
that.
in the mood for this time.
Yeah. Well, I know I am so excited about Virgin now. There was so much that I didn't know about it, and I keep seeing TV commercials and ads online for it. But now I feel like I've really, and there's still so much I don't know, but I feel like I've got an idea of who Virgin is. And I'm excited to give it a shot. So if you guys are like me and you're totally, no pun intended, but kind of intended, if you are on board with a Virgin sailing or Disney, reach out to Karen. She can help you and your family kind of navigate which cruise might be best based on where you want to leave from, your timing, your budget, and all those factors. I can't wait to do a little bit more digging, but that is what Karen is for. She can help me because she knows me and exactly what I need in a vacation. So,
And as Virgin Voyages says, let's make ship happen.
yes. Oh, I love it. I love it.
So
Well, thank you so much, Karen, for your time. Thank you all for watching. There's the link again to Karen's page. So send her a message and start planning your vacation, and we will see y'all on board. Bye, all.
bye-bye.